the 2012 London Olympic champion, and so good to have you back in Shanghai.
Nice to see you as well.
Well, 2 years ago, you were in Shanghai to compete in the event. However, you didn't start well, and last year we missed you. How do you view Shanghai, a familiar spot here? Your lucky spot, or?
Well, it's always a starting point for me. It's very early in the season, so you're still trying to find rhythm and find fitness. Obviously, I've had okay performances, and I haven't even had performances here at all. Like, I didn't start in 13, which was really bad. But and then I didn't win in 2012, which was not so great. But it was all part of a bigger picture. Right now, my training is going well, and we're training through majority of these Diamond League meetings so that I can be ready to perform at the bigger races where it counts the most.
Sure. If we do some rewinding to talk about the year of 2012, the year in which you won the London Olympic title, and of course later on you broke the world record, that must be a crazy year for you, wasn't it?
Looking back, I would say that year was complete fairy tale. Like, you don't get many years like that. Almost a completely undefeated season, except for coming to Shanghai and Liu Xiang beating me here.
That was right to the London line,
right.
So.
It was a pretty magical year. I ran 10 races under 13 seconds that year, 2 windy and 8 non-windy under 13-second races. And so I put in a lot of quality races that year.
Right.
And I feel like after that year, the amount of performances that I put into my body, I needed to take a longer break, and I didn't. I tried to jump back in and hit the hammer and try to run really fast and break the world indoor record as well, and then I ended up hurting myself. And so my body just said, calm down, you need to take a little bit of break. So, and here we are now.
Did you expect yourself to run that fast from 12.87, the then world record, to the new one?
No, I didn't think I was going to run as fast as I did. When I broke the world record, I thought, when I envisioned myself breaking the world record, I was like, oh, I'm going to run 12:85 and it's going to be phenomenal and I'm going to be really happy. And then when I look over at the time and I see 12:81, I'm like, what? 12:81? And then it rounds down to 12:80 and I'm just in complete shock. And I'm like pointing to the time and looking at my agent and coach, do you believe this is 12:80? Is this real? Like, I didn't even think it was real, but it was real. I mean, it happened. So.
Well, after the London success and also your world record breaking moment, and the past 2 years have been a little bit like a struggle to you, would you say so?
Yeah, I would. If you look at the history of hurdles and you see almost majority of the last 3 Olympic champions in the hurdles have all had some kind of injury that's almost been fatal to their career. Liu Xiang obviously had the Achilles problem, and then he came back up from that after having downs and ups and downs.
Talking about Liu Xiang, who actually was your arch rival in the past, of course, off the track, he also is a good friend of yours. And his retirement, did that come as a surprise to you?
I would say it did come as a surprise to me because, as you know, the World Championships here is in Beijing, and so I assumed, just because it's here, that he would at least finish out this year and then retire. But obviously he retired early, and so obviously he has there's a method to his madness. There's a reason why he decided to not go forward. Maybe it's because he wanted to start a life and live a life with, I heard he got married recently, and so maybe he wants to settle down and, start a life, and I respect that. He's China's best athlete ever, and he's the Chinese hero, and he's my friend, so I really respect his decision.
I understand you will see Liu Xiang later on. What are you going to talk to him about?
I'm going to say congratulations for the marriage, because I didn't get to see him for that. Because I know he's married to like...
for some candy. That's the Chinese way.
Is that what they do?
That's right.
They ask for some candy. Okay, I'm definitely going to ask him for some candy then.